Okay, hear me out, 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 hear me out. Sonic Force! Ah! Hey, I know I was dissing heavy last video about Sonic Forces, but hear me out, hear me out. Sonic Forces is one of those games that almost every fan has an opinion on. When it released, a lot of people were disappointed. Some called it too short, others said it felt unfinished, and many consider it one of the weaker Sonic games. But over time, these opinions started to stick now. Whenever Sonic Forces gets mentioned, it's usually seen as a bad game, and that raises a question. Was Sonic Forces actually that bad, or did people exaggerate how much they disliked it? So let's talk about the first impressions when you get into this game. One thing you notice right away when playing Sonic Forces is that the presentation is solid. The visuals are actually kinda clean, and the environments are kinda detailed, and everything just feels super polished. The game introduces even a custom character system, and for the first time, honestly, players can create their own character. Everybody's been making OCs for the longest time, and I think having the chance to make it in a game is a really unique idea and something the series hasn't explored before. And trying something new is what they need and helps kind of boost this game. And that's mainly what most people talk about is the highlight of the game, but I feel like there's more though. Now let's talk about the gameplay. Sonic Forces continues using the boost gameplay style, just like previous games. Sonic can move at high speeds and rush through levels, but this is where some issues start to appear. The levels are super short. In some cases, some levels can be completed in under a minute. Because of this, the gameplay doesn't have much time to build momentum. It's not necessarily bad, it just feels super limited. And honestly, that was one of the main points in my Sonic Forces episode Shadow video, is that, yeah, even the levels in that were short. And that's a DLC, I understand, but the main game feels like a DLC, to be honest. The hardest part about this game is the boss fights. That's the longest sections you'll ever face. Or the stupid freaking water levels where you're going on the slide. Besides that, yeah, you're finishing levels under a minute, 100%. And I just feel like the levels could have done so much more with Sonic, and the the levels in Sonic Unleashed, those were decently long, and I feel like they should have expanded on more of the levels, and I feel like it would have been way more fun if the levels were longer. Another flaw about this game is honestly the missed potential. Sonic Forces also had a strong concept. The story shows a world where Sonic finally loses, and a resistance forms to fight back. This could have led to one of the darker Sonic stories. The game also introduces Infinite, which is a dope-ass villain, and new villain, and has a powerful presence, but despite these ideas, the story moves insanely quick. Important moments don't get much time to develop. As a result, the game feels like it had a lot of potential that it didn't fully use. Even saying bringing up Shadow again, there was literally the part where Shadow comes out of nowhere and it's like his clone or whatever, and then Shadow has to show Sonic that it's not a real clone. And I feel like that would have been a better boss fight than fucking Zavok. That was dumb. And then also expanding on the fact where Sonic finally loses is the fact that all of his past villains come back for a split second and they're all created by Infinite. Why didn't they use that as some of the boss fights instead of just Zavok? I hate that boss fight. It actually makes me angry. But still, you could have had another chaos boss fight, like a chaos first form. No emeralds yet. Then you could have had freaking maybe the Deadly Six, like the other ones, besides just Zavok. And like, what are we doing, Sega? I understand it. I'm still trying to say it's a great game, but I feel like that's where it lacks, is the missed potential of the boss fights. Well, it was these reasons that many fans started to criticize Sonic Forces. The levels felt too short, the story felt super rushed, and the gameplay didn't do very much, and it didn't change very much either. It wasn't broken, but it also didn't stand out. Compared to games like Sonic Unleashed, Sonic Generations, shit, even Sonic Colors, I just think it's not as memorable, and Sega might have hyped it up a lot, but it's memorized for the wrong reasons. I think that it should have been way better if they would have took more time than this. It's not as bad as Sonic 06, but it's also not the greatest. That's all I have to say. It's not a bad game. I mean, I really enjoy it. That's not just from me talking about it for a while and honestly growing up on this game. It's the fact that the story's short, the levels are short, everything is super short, and that's the problem. Sonic games aren't supposed to feel super short. I mean, I understand you're supposed to feel fast, but not super short. You're supposed to enjoy your time, not feel super short. Like Mario, the longer levels, you don't see Mario going super short, but Sonic, like Sonic Frontiers, is a really long game, and that game is probably one of the greatest Sonic games of all time. Sonic Generations, the levels aren't super short, they're really long, and that's one of the greatest Sonic games of all time. Sonic Unleashed, the levels aren't super short, and that's one of the best Sonic games that introduced the boost theory, boost style, whatever, of all time. And then there's Sonic Forces that uses the boost formula, but you don't want to use the boost formula because you feel like you're gonna beat the level too fast. And explain to me the classic Sonic part too. I feel like they made him super slow for no reason. I feel like you don't build enough momentum when you're using the classic Sonic. But as I digress, I just believe that Sonic missed a shit ton of potential, and that we could have made it one of the greatest Sonic games of all time. And I'm saying that, I'm standing on business. In the comments, whatever, I am standing on business. But if you guys made it this far, please give your boy a subscription and like the video, cause I'm trying to hit 100 by 2027. So guys, be honest, did people lie? So looking back now, was Sonic Forces really that bad? Or was it just disappointing compared to what it could have been? The game isn't the worst in the series, but it also doesn't reach the level of some of the best Sonic games. In the end, it's not a terrible game, but it's one that 100% did not live up to its potential. So what do you guys think? Was Sonic Forces overrated? Did it deserve the criticism? Well guys, just let me know in the comments below what your opinion is, because I really want to hear what you guys have to say about this. And I really enjoy when people comment on my videos because it definitely increases my retention. And don't forget, like I said earlier, don't forget to subscribe for more Sonic content like this, because I really enjoy talking about Sonic, and this is one of my favorite series and something I grew up with, and I enjoy talking about them. That's all I really gotta say. So I'm gonna let Infinite say his cutscene, and we're gonna reach the outro in just a few seconds here.
We'll teach you to hold that tongue next time.